outside India did not think.
That's what I am saying. Even in India, some people thought like that, because even in India there are people who don't know India itself. That has been the result of the Western influence. But people forget that democracy is more natural to India than any other country. Because there was democracy in India before any other country in the world ever dreamt of it. It is there in the Vedas, described so fully and so firmly how it is to be done.
I was thinking that so many British people would like to think that it was their gift to your country.
That pleases their vanity. I have no quarrel about it. But we had republics, fully, fairly elected, 2,500 years ago. That was much earlier than even Greece had its own kind of democracy. That India has a vitality, especially in matters of democracy, which other countries may not have.
In other words, you can gain knowledge without being able to read or write.
Well, no man is devoid of knowledge even if he is not illiterate. He has innate intelligence which comes to his aid. And you will find in my country an illiterate man will understand more of the facts of life than a literate man in the West. He has inherited that, and it is in his blood.
And your lack of bitterness, because how many times have you been in prison, Prime Minister?
Well, during the British period, I was there for 7 years.
7 years?
In all. Last period was for 3 years, 42 to 45. And this time I was there for 19 months.
You make it sound as if you'd been taking a holiday.
It is, I consider. That is the only holiday I've had in my life.
Prison?
Yes. I treated it as a holiday. It all depends upon yourself. After all, it is one place where I have learnt more than I have learnt in my life outside. I have understood human nature more clearly in prisons than outside. Of course, there I am talking of the British period, because this time I was alone. I was in solitary confinement practically, because there was no other prisoner with me. But that is, I do not believe anybody to be my enemy. And I thought I had no dislike of anybody. But this time, therefore, I tried to find out whether I had achieved it. And I found there were some cracks. So I removed them. Well, that is a great thing.
You removed them?
I removed those cracks. That is, now there is absolutely no dislike left.
Are you a man of complete virtue then?
Well, I can't say I have reached perfection. If I reach perfection, I will be with God. Then I won't be here.
But you're a man of incredible self-discipline and control. You don't smoke, you don't drink, of course you don't eat meat. You have been celibate since you were 29 after people.
I don't want to impose on other people, because unless this is completely voluntary and comes from within, it will have more disastrous effects than beneficial effects. Nothing imposed on human life can be beneficial to the human life. That is my conviction. And moreover, there are many ways of improving oneself. Mine is not one patented way only. It is one of the ways. And who am I to be wiser than other people? I don't consider myself better than other people, so that I should try to improve them. I would not attempt it.
Can I say something that's very personal? Just watching you and listening to you. You are 81, aren't you?
I am.
It's hard to believe. Do you think it's because of your ascetic life that you look and seem so young?
I don't think I am an ascetic.
Discipline.
What I believe in is self-control, having willpower which does not bend to any wrong thing. That requires a long process of training oneself and having self-discipline. But self-discipline can be beneficial and can go on strengthening itself when you derive pleasure from the attempt and not impose it on yourself. Well, that is how I have tried it for many years. It's not only now. I have been doing it ever since I was 25. So it is a practice of 55 years and more. Therefore, it's a long way, an arduous path, and tremendous work for oneself, within oneself,
and for oneself,
without any public gaze.
Indians living in this country, do you think they should integrate more fully than they seem to have?
Well, I told them 2 days back when I met them that I want them here to live as a part of the life here and not distinct from them. They must integrate themselves while they maintain their own culture. That is the best part of it, so that they can give benefit of that part also to the people here, and that is how they become useful to them. Well, I gave an analogy that you must be like sugar in milk. Milk is very large quantity and sugar is a small quantity. And sugar gets dissolved and doesn't get out afterwards. But once you take milk with sugar, you don't like afterwards milk without sugar. That is the state you must achieve. That's what I told them. Well, it's not merely a ceremonial organization, in my view. I would not have any interest in it if it was that. But I consider that it is a very valuable organization from the point of view of human relationships. It is an assembly or an association of varying nationalities, independent people, free people, with different cultures, with different colors, with different histories, with different backgrounds, and consists of people who were exploited and who were exploiting. And all that is forgotten. And they come together. And if they work together in harmony, it will be leading to a great future for the whole world. My interest